Now, if you're a loyal watcher to this show, you'd know that we have ranted against Ubisoft a lot. Now, I don't know whether they watch this show or whether they listen to us. I don't think they do, but they seem to have heard us because Ubisoft is basically restructuring their entire editorial team. Now, what this means is basically that at least we might have now newer, fresher ideas coming to, one of the biggest game studios in the world. To quote one of the sources from Ubisoft, he actually went ahead and said that there is actually just been 2 or 3 people, going ahead and adding value to each game. Therefore, when it's just 1 or 2 people adding that value, it kind of becomes similar. And that's been the criticism of Ubisoft for a long time now. All their games seem very similar. But with the kind of flop that was Ghost Recon, I think that they've finally woken up and understood that, hey, we actually have to make games with variety. Because the problem with Ubisoft's formulaic franchises, you heard it here first, is that they rely on the player's ability to just feel kind of nostalgic, or kind of feeling like, hey man, this happened in Far Cry 3, it's now happening in Far Cry 4, wow, they've changed the setting. But no, beyond a certain point, you are going to get irritated. Similarly with Assassin's Creed, similarly with Ghost Recon, similarly with Watch Dogs. And that's why Watch Dogs Legion, which is coming out this year, I don't know how to feel about it because it's clearly made with the old editorial team, and I just hope it isn't a flop for Ubisoft's sake. Now, I criticize Ubisoft a lot, but I also like Ubisoft. I like the franchises they make, and therefore, this is more like, hey, please make better games. This is me calling them out in a way where I want them to be better. And with this editorial shakeup, I think that they finally understood what it is to make games that aren't the same. When you have a diverse editorial team and you get new and fresh ideas, you actually get new gameplay mechanics, new story mode, just a whole host of other options. And that's why what I would like to see from Ubisoft in the coming years is not just, the creation of new games within a franchise, but maybe new franchises. I think it's time for Ubisoft to take that risk and introduce new franchises rather than having just sequels to existing games. Because if we were to see all of Ubisoft's major releases, it's either Rayman, which is again already a franchise, it's either Watch Dogs, it's either Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, or even, Ghost Recon. All of these are games whose franchises have existed now for over 10 years. And Ubisoft has to make something new, and has to make something new for, main titles. And I really hope that this editorial shakeup does exactly that. So yeah, that's basically Ubisoft's editorial shakeup. I really hope it actually adds value to the studio again, and I hope that they come back to their A game. But stay tuned because we're going to tell you some of the greatest games to buy on Steam this week.